Today I want to talk about a hormone that has a big impact. Some hormones tend to have a bigger impact than other hormones. So we're going to talk about the hierarchy of hormones, which when I learned about this from Mindy Pelz, I was so excited. I was blown away and I thought, oh, this answers so many questions. So the hormone that we're going to talk about today is oxytocin. And it is often called the love hormone because it has to do with love and connection to other people. Okay, not romantic love, but brotherly love and feeling good about who we are and what we're doing and how we're interacting with the world, that kind of love. So oxytocin is amazing. And we want to know how to increase this hormone because when oxytocin is high, it does all these awesome things for our bodies. When we have high oxytocin, it influences the hormones that we want to be balanced, like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. Oxytocin improves metabolism. It helps us to sleep better. It increases our mental health. It helps us to actually connect with others on a deeper level. It lowers blood pressure, enhances our sense of optimism, self-esteem, trust for others. We just feel good with our relationships with others. It establishes intimacy and attachment with people that we love. It helps people overcome social inhibitions. It heals wounds. It actually can help relieve pain. It decreases inflammation, and we all know that inflammation is damaging to our health, and we're always trying to reduce our inflammation. Well, if we just increase our oxytocin, that will help. It strengthens our memory, it reduces stress, and it increases generosity. So who wouldn't want to have a ton of this really great hormone? What's the next obvious question? Where do we get it? How do we get this oxytocin? Well, we get it by doing some of the very things that it's going to help us with. But we have to take the time to do it. And here's the thing, we live in this go, go, go society where there's rushing women syndrome and even rushing men syndrome. Somebody will ask you, well, how are you doing? And you might say, life is good, we're just busy. And that word comes out, that B word, that busy word. Yep, busy, busy, busy. Oh yeah, we're busy too, but it's good to see you for a second. And the conversations like that aren't bad, don't get me wrong, but we just tend to use that word busy all the time. So I like to try to think of something else to say in those many conversations, not just, yep, I'm busy, I don't really have time for you, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. I'm just busy. Instead, I try to make those conversations a little bit more genuine and increase that friendship in that little interaction. But just by being generous, by slowing down, by having a good conversation, that alone is going to increase our oxytocin. Just think about anything that helps you feel calm and happy and at peace. Those are the things that are rising your oxytocin, and you can almost feel the stress melting away because the stress is kept high because of this hormone cortisol. And honestly, when your cortisol hormone is high, it's kind of like the bully in the playground where none of the other hormones can play. So when you feel that stress melt away, really what's happening is that cortisol is decreasing and your oxytocin is increasing. So if you're feeling that stress and you want to increase your oxytocin, do some deep breathing exercises. That's a really quick way to swap those hormones and raise your oxytocin and lower that cortisol. Give someone a hug, anyone that you feel comfortable giving a hug to, a child, a spouse, a parent, a friend, and hold them for at least 10 seconds. And a 10-second hug might seem like a lot once you're in it, like, okay, and we're still hugging, but it's okay because the oxytocin gets produced after 7 or 8 seconds and you want to hold on long enough for that to produce good oxytocin. So good long squeezy hugs are so good. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium, and melatonin. All these are going to help with that oxytocin. You can get good melatonin by being out in the sunshine. So sunshine is going to help. Also, the vitamin D conversion happens out in the sunshine. You can drink a calming tea like chamomile tea. You can take a tincture like a Serenity Boost tincture with nervines in it. Nervines are just herbs that will help calm down the anxiety, okay? The thinking brain. Use your compassion towards yourself and be kind to yourself. So when you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself, then stop and say, hey, I'm doing the best I can. I am awesome for showing up today. That will increase oxytocin. A massage, because you're touching someone, so either receiving a massage or even giving a massage, because then you fall into that relationship role and that generosity and serving. So it feels good to be on the giving and the receiving end of that type of body work. Tucking your kids in at night and having that calming time together is good for both of you because it increases that oxytocin. Oxytocin is also increased by taking a nice warm bath. The heat actually increases the oxytocin naturally, which is interesting. Plus, it's just super relaxing. Being social in large gatherings can raise it, probably depending on your time in the month. You might feel more like socializing than others. Also, caring for a pet. Some people use dogs for therapy or other animals too, because caring for a pet can really up that oxytocin. Holding a baby, and there's just something so powerful about that. I've just sat and held a baby before many times, and you can almost just feel that stress melt away again. It's very calming. That can raise your oxytocin. And really just anything that makes you feel safe. For me, getting out and doing a really good physical workout, playing a game of pickleball. I really love that sport right now. Something like that where I'm releasing some of this pent up energy and it helps rebalance the hormones. It raises the oxytocin because I'm having a good time socially and with people, physically active. So the big question is, why don't we have oxytocin in abundance? But we already talked about that a little bit. It's because we're rushing all the time. We're not taking the time to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. So get this. This is crazy. Giving in to the culture of busy might be one of the biggest problems in our culture that is contributing to all this hormone imbalance. Isn't that crazy? If you want to learn to balance your hormones, you got to learn to get your oxytocin up. And we can walk you through that, plus a lot of other things that you can do to get those hormones under control.